This is the plaintiff, Margaret Gordon. She says the defendant is her husband, who she's currently separated from. In October, the defendant had her arrested, claiming she threatened him. And he had her son arrested, too, claiming he had a gun. When she got out of jail, she went to collect her belongings from their house, and not only did he throw all of her things out, he stole the $1,800 she had in cash. She despises this man now and is suing him for every penny of the $4,440.16 he owes her. This is the defendant, Owen Morris. He says the plaintiff made numerous visits to collect her belongings after he had her arrested. So, why didn't she grab the so-called $1,800 in cash she supposedly had in the house? He'll tell you why, because she's making this all up out of whole cloth, just like her missing belongings. Oh, her money? No way, and good riddance. He's accused of antagonizing an ex.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff and the defendant are married, but separated. The defendant had her arrested, and when she got out of jail, her stuff and $1,800 were gone. The defendant says there was never any $1,800, period. It's the case of the old ball and chain.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Hi. So he is your husband and you're separated, correct?
Yes.
Any plans to get a divorce? Nobody's gotten around to it. All right. According to you, he had you. Were you living in the same house at the time that you got arrested?
Yes.
And this was on October 30th of last year. And tell me what happened.
Well, yeah, and I went out in Manhattan on an interview. First, as my husband was second time we married. And we divorced and we married again a second time.
Okay.
And then in October of 29, when I went to Manhattan, and when I was leaving, Mr. Morris was changing the door after the locks, and I went out, and then I came back, and I was sitting to the door, and I heard Mr. Morris was talking on the phone. Who he was talking to, and I'm not sure, but I heard when he said, he's going to call the police, and the police did arrest.
Wait, I have no idea what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're starting like in the middle of a story.
Yeah.
So are you living there peacefully and happily with him, or you two were having problems?
Well, I was living there after I came out from the hospital because I was in an accident.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you hear him on the phone talking to who?
I'm not sure who he was talking to.
Did you think he was talking to a woman?
I think so.
All right, and then what happens?
And then I was sitting, having something to eat.
Had you been having problems with your husband before that?
Yeah, he was going and coming, doing his own thing, go out, coming in.
So were you fighting a lot?
We don't fight. He just, we have a little argument. He asked me for a divorce.
Okay.
At one time, and I really didn't make him an answer about that.
Okay. So how long had you and your husband been unhappy?
Well, we only did married for 3 years. January here, it'll be 3 years.
Okay. So most of that?
No.
Okay. So now you hear him on the phone, you think he's talking to a woman, and what happens?
Well, I didn't say anything, and then I heard him say, I'm going to call the police.
And then you what?
I didn't say anything at that time because we have a restraining order against each other.
And you're living in the same house?
Yes.
Okay.
He take me to
back it up. Back it up. Why is there why do you have restraining orders against each other?
My Honor, I sent for my son from St. Vincent to come here to help him. When he came here, all of us was living in the same house, but there was nothing I could do in the house. I used to spend more time in my van, Odyssey van. The only time I go home there is when I go to sleep.
Whose son did you send for?
My son.
Okay. Well, why are you blaming her for that? So your son you sent for, and he comes with his kids.
Yes.
And there's
wife and kids.
How many? Wife and how many kids?
3 kids.
Okay, so things weren't peaceful for you, so you would sleep in the van?
Margaret told me she could call the police and say I do her something, even though not true.
Wait, what made things not peaceful that made you flee to your Honda Odyssey van? Margaret or 47 people you brought from St. Vincent? Which is it? Never mind. All right, listen. What happens to get you arrested?
Well, he said, Your Honor, that I told him that when he died, his lady friend got to come and bury him. So the police came and they arrested me because of the restraining order.
So you're living in the same, you're not supposed to be in the house at all, according to the restraining order.
From the family codes I was.
Say it again.
I was supposed to be in the house at that time.
How are you going to be in the house? How are you two going to be in the same house when there's a restraining order against you? Is that what the judge said?
Yeah, the family court.
So the family court said peaceful contact only, and then you say the statement, the day you die, I'm going to call your girlfriends to bury you.
Said.
You say that to him?
No, I didn't.
Oh, did you say that to him or you didn't?
No, Your Honor, I did not.
It's not even that bad if you, I'm trying to, and then you tell the police, she said that the day I die, she's going to call my girlfriends to bury me, and they arrest her?
My Honor, she repeat that statement to me more than once until I find that it was too much. And
I don't see how she got arrested for saying that.
No, because I have she's not supposed to use them chats to me.
She's not supposed to what?
Use those, that's a chat.
A threat?
Yes.
Okay.
Telling me
that the day you die, someone else is going to bury you, not me?
They will have to call my girlfriend in Grenada to come up and bury me when I die. She not, I don't see.
But what? I'm sorry. How is that a threat? The day you die, I'm not going to pay for your burial. I'll call your girlfriend. I'm still not even understanding why you got arrested. But the bottom line is you got arrested, and then you have a son who's how old?
About 32.
Okay, and he was in the house too, or he was not in the house?
He was not in the house.
And you had him arrested? Because according to you, what did the son do?
Because he pulled a gun at me.
Okay.
He checked me the gun.
So now the son gets arrested, you get arrested. What's going on with those criminal cases?
Well, the criminal case with my son has been thrown out.
Thrown out. And what's going on with the criminal case with you?
Well, I have to go back in court and for a trial.
Okay. So the police arrest you, and you have to go back and get your stuff. How do you go back and get your stuff? You go with the police?
Yes.
All right. So that day when they're arresting you, do they let you get stuff or no?
No.
Okay. So then you get arrested and you're released when?
I was arrested on the Wednesday the 30th and the release made a Thursday night.
Okay. So when you are released on Thursday night, do you go with the police to the house to get stuff?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. And how long are you there?
Well, while we were there, Mr. Morris was not there, and the police called him, and he said he's coming. And they were waiting for a while. He did not come to a time, and that's when the police was writing up an order for me to go back to the court that they couldn't get in. And then he shows up in a few minutes.
Okay.
And they asked me to grab a few pieces of things because I didn't have any clothing. And then I had to go back to court.
So what did you grab?
I grabbed a bag with some church clothes that I have. Okay, it was right on the chair, and I grabbed my walker because I didn't have a walker to walk with. And they said we got to go back to the court to make arrangements so I could come and receive my belongings.
Okay, but weren't you just in court that day before?
Well, I was in court on the
on the criminal case. Why didn't you just ask that judge to give you a court order to be able to go back? Is that what you had? You had a court order?
Yeah, the Thursday when I went.
Okay, that's why I'm not understanding why all of it wasn't taken care of on Thursday.
No, the Thursday when we went, Mr. Morris, we didn't went the Thursday, we went the Saturday. That was November the 2nd.
Whatever day you went, normally the way this works is you have a court order, you go with the police, and you get everything you need. So why didn't that all happen at once that day?
Because Mr. Morris was not home.
No, then he got home.
Yes.
So now he's home. Why didn't it happen after he's home?
The police said they didn't have enough time to wait.
Because the police had been there waiting for him to get home. All right, so was there, I don't know, I mean, what? They're just going to respond to the next call, then respond to this call and finish it. So what happens? You have another court order to go back?
Well, I had to go back to court on the 9th of December.
And then you got another court order to go back. And when do you go back to get the rest of your stuff?
The 14th of December.
And when you go back, he has 2 big trash bags, and all your stuff is supposedly in there.
Well, that's what he told me, but the police allowed me to go in the house to check, and when I went in and I looked, there wasn't any clothing.
Okay. And was there anything of yours when you went in and looked in the house?
No.
Okay, so the house was clear of your stuff, and now you got these 2 bags, and what happened? And so there was police with you the first time and police with you the second time?
2 times, yes.
Okay, so you filed a lawsuit because according to you, money is missing.
Yes.
And how much money is missing?
I have $1,800 in now.
Where was that $1,800?
It went in the bedroom in one the drawer with all my personal belonging. There was $1,500 in that drawer. And then I have a ministerial hymn book that I was ordained and got in there, and I have $300 in that book.
Okay. Did you take her $1,800?
Never.
My honor. Okay.
No, sir.
No, it's not sir, it's
No.
ma'am. All right, and did she have $1,800 there?
She never have $1,800. My honor. She is not the secretary for the church.
That's how it's said in that country. Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
She's not the
I like
secretary
it.
in that church.
I would also have accepted Your Highness, which some island countries call judges Your Highness. And I'll take Your Eminence, too.
She never have $1,800 into that place.
Okay, here's my question to you. You're there on the night you're arrested. You don't tell the police, wait, I have to go get my money. The guy's going to steal it from me. You come back on the Saturday or Thursday, whatever day you say it is, and you go in and you get some church clothes. But you have $1,800 there, right?
In the bedroom.
Yeah, why don't you just go get it?
We couldn't get in, Your Honor. I have.
Excuse me?
You couldn't get in the bedroom. Mr. Morris had 2 locks in the bedroom.
So what? You're there with the police. Tell the police I have $1,800. Did you tell the police I have $1,800 in there?
Yes.
No, you didn't. Show me the police report where the police said, well, I'm not going to let you get your $1,800.
No, I didn't say it.
Yeah, that didn't happen. And then you go back with the police again.
The 14th.
And do you say, and they give you an opportunity, go in the house and check whatever you're,
yes,
and there's $1,800 missing, but you don't tell the police then either.
Yes, I did at that time.
Show me the police report where they wrote a report about your missing money.
He was right there, and I told the police.
Yeah, watch this.
And
did she tell the police? Wait, did she tell the police there was $1,800 missing?
Never.
Okay, so now show me the police report where you tell the police that there's $1,800 missing. Because one would think that if you had $1,800 there and you're there twice before, you would get the money then, right? If you really had $1,800 there. So now the other thing you're suing for is $2,640.16 exactly for missing items that you say weren't in those trash bags.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Is there anything missing from the stuff that you collected of hers? Sir, what? Don't stare her down. Is there anything missing from the stuff that you collected of her? Why do you hate her so much?
I don't hate her.
She's sick. You got her arrested. Why is it you hate her right now? What did she do to you?
Your Honor, I'm married to Margaret once. And on my birthday, I married she another time. You call that hate? You think I go hate her?
I think what you're saying is I married her, and then I divorced her, and then I married her again, so that's not hate.
That's not hate.
Yeah, but right now you look like you hate her. So I'm wondering, what did she do to you? Why are you so angry?
I don't hate Margaret. It's because Margaret is pretending to be a reverend mother. That's the reason why I'm married to her. She tell me, I changed who and I am a reverend mother, and 2 of us going to the same church. And
what's a reverend mother?
It means she's higher than a minister then. Like somebody under a bishop.
All right.
So I said, let me give it another shot. I didn't even date her.
What was the problem before she became a reverend mother?
Before she became the reverend mother, she was just like any ordinary body.
She was what?
Just like any ordinary poor people.
Well, yeah, but you married her. So what was the problem?
When she becomes a reverend and she sold that oath, she have to live for God.
No, but what was wrong with her before she became a reverend mother that you divorced her? What was the problem between you two? You just didn't get along? What is it?
She was not living the right life.
Meaning?
She was not living the right life.
Was she cheating on you?
Yes.
Okay. So now she's a reverend mother. She's changed her ways. And then what was the problem this round? Round 2 with Margaret. What was the problem?
The problem with Margaret, she can't be, I can't trust her. As soon as I married to Margaret, the second week, all her friends tell me that Margaret said she's going to take me to the cleaners. I don't know if you know what that means.
Oh, I do.
She's going to take me to the cleaners. I said, oh, yeah? Everybody from the church. Margaret said she's going to take you to the cleaners. Be careful with Margaret.
Okay. So is there anything that's missing from the stuff that she left in the house?
Mayala, when Margaret come there with the 2 police the last time, I asked her in front of the police, would you like me to bag those things in a bag so when you come back the next time, you will get them? She said she never tells you the police have police have a camera here. I wish that camera could have played back again. Everything that happened.
Does anybody have a police report from either of the encounters? Did the police write a report on at either trip?
No.
Did you cheat on him? Routinely?
No, we go to church. He's a bishop.
Okay, listen, I don't know what that means.
No.
We go to church. We can't cheat.
He's a bishop of the church.
I do not know what that means. All right.
Nah, he's a bishop of the church.
Yes, everybody is holy, holy, holy,
Yes.
except for here. Okay, so according to you, there's all this stuff missing. How are you going to prove to me that there's stuff missing?
Yeah, no, well, the clothes that I have in the home that I bought, I went where I got the receipt. I went online to every place that I buy.
Well, you went online, but do you have a list of things that you say are missing?
Yes.
But how are you going to prove they're missing?
I only go where I shop.
Yeah, one perfume, another perfume, a cover-up dress. You're just listing things.
I ordered them from the Victoria's Secret. I went and
you just went online and just started writing numbers. How are you going to prove this stuff is missing?
They pulled them up for me.
All righty.
I didn't just take it on my own.
Okay, Margaret, we got a problem. It's your word against his that there's stuff missing. And when I try to consider who's telling me the truth on the missing stuff, I have to consider that $1,800 and the story behind the $1,800. I'm finding it very hard to believe that you go back there twice and you don't get your $1,800. If, in fact, you told the police the $1,800 was missing, it would be on a police report. That's the first thing they would write on a police report. I don't think you've ever mentioned it to anybody until you decided to sue him for this $4,441 that you're suing him for today. I find that there is insufficient evidence for your case, and I'm ruling in favor of the defendant.
Thanks.
So, Judge Millian just did not believe Miss Gordon's story here that you had $1,800 and didn't get it in the 2 trips you went back.
He did. He took the $1,800.
So
Yes,
you did have it?
Yes, I did.
So what now? What are you thinking about what just happened?
I don't know what he did have it. He took it.
Well, I'm sorry, but that's the judge's decision, and you have no plans to divorce yet? You're not going to do
that? Maybe soon.
Maybe soon.
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry you couldn't prevail, but that's it, okay? Yes. All right. All right, Mr. Morris, step on out. She thinks the money was there. What do you think?
There was no money there. No money. She never have no money there. Why she will have money there and come with the police 1 time, leave the money there. Come with the police 2 times, leave the money there. It doesn't make sense.
Well, I must say the judge agrees with you. That's it. So you're going to get a divorce?
I filed one already. I wish this judge could have signed the divorce and let it go once.
Okay, well, that's a different court. All right, sir. Thank you very, very much. Okay.
Here's the thing, Doug. Theories are great, but they don't win court cases. You know what wins court cases? Evidence.